Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey. So here we are reviewing a bottle that we had an opportunity to end up seeing dumped out of a barrel into very big vats, to blend for a short time, to be dumped into the bottle. And here we are with Judge 5. And we have reviewed the previous 4. And we actually, about a month or so ago, reviewed the test sample that we were given the day of the barrel dump by Bill McBrayer, that is. So anyway, Rebecca, do you want to go ahead and give the nuts and bolts about what we're about ready to taste and review?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited because I know it had a chance to really get kind of married since we had the sample tasting, and I can't wait to get into this bottle itself. So let's talk about it first, and then we can drink. So as Wayne noted, May 7th, we released a preview story of the barrel dumping in the sample, and I will have that link in the description for you. This bourbon is the McBrayer family's tribute to one of Kentucky's founding distillers, W.H. McBrayer, who was otherwise known as the Judge. Using heirloom grains grown only a few miles from its original distillery, this spirit was carefully crafted to honor the superior quality that earned the Judge its worldwide whiskey reputation. To replicate his highly coveted recipe, the McBrayer Legacy Spirits used the original mash bill, which was discovered on the back of a handwritten letter that the Judge wrote to E.H. Taylor in 1870. How cool is that? So this W.H. McBrayer 2025 release of Batch 5 is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. The company is McBrayer Legacy Spirits. The distillery is undisclosed, but if you look at our video, you might see some barrels that would give it away. The mash bill, again, this is an historic mash bill, is 88.4% Bloody Butcher corn, 5.8% heritage rye, and 5.8% malted barley. It is non-age stated. However, we do know that it is a blend of 15 barrels, 8 are 6.5 years old, and 7 are 5.5 years old. The proof is 106.8. The MSRP is 100. It was originally released on May 10th of 2025, and we bought it right when it came out at McBrayerLegacySpirits.com and had it shipped to us. Again, if you look in the description, you'll see our preview story, and I'll let you know that this is currently available to purchase at McBrayer Legacy Spirits.
Along with several other different versions of McBrayer, several Cedarbrooks, and I guess an old McBrayer.
Yeah, the Bottle and Bond's available. The Cedarbrook, which is a wheated, is available. The old McBrayer, single barrels and Cedarbrook single barrels are also available. So there's several options. So if you like what you hear on this tasting, I highly encourage you to grab them while they're available because every year they sell out. Anyway, I'm excited because the last one, we were told, and it's true if you've done anything with bottling or anything like that, that when it leaves the barrels and goes into the giant vat, that's where our sample came from that we reviewed on May 7th. And it hadn't had a chance to really blend, marry, get to know one another, right? Be mixed up and everything else that happens, right? It had just been put together, and it might have been a little shocked that like a big family reunion, everybody gets thrown together at once. And then by the end of the weekend, everybody's having a good time. So this is the official one, right? So yes. I can't wait. We love the sample, right? But this is gonna be amazing. Let's take a look at what it looks like. So it is I would say medium amber color, which is very nice.
I got the rim formed.
Yeah. I bet if we do a little nosing and don't swish it around, we'll get some legs forming. As is typical with W.H. McBrayer, we're just going to call it the Judge from here on out. It's got cinnamon and caramel.
Oh, yeah.
Cinnamon and caramel all day long. I always find that on the nose of the McBrayer, and then it tends to go other places once you get on your palate. But that's
also a little vanilla.
Mm-hmm. But dominant for me is definitely cinnamon and caramel. There's something else happening. I can't quite picture it, but
it might be the heirloom corn.
Could be.
And you can also pick up a little bit of the rye.
Mm. The legs have formed. It's got some nice viscosity on this, which, oh yeah, It's got a beautiful leg.
Oh yeah, I've
right
got
here.
a few right here.
I am ready to taste the official, not just the sample, but the official Judge 5.
Me too.
To the judge.
To the judge. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh.
Smokiness. There's the caramel.
Dark chocolate.
I would buy that. It's a little it's a tad dry. That might be the barrel that I'm getting.
I'm getting little hints of like roasted nuts. And that for me might be what you're getting as a dry note, but for me it's almost like roasted nuts. It's a good one. I mean, it's not, I won't say other distilleries that have nuts, but you know, it's got that feeling to it, and the caramel is not overly sweet. This is what I like to call a mature bourbon, right? It's for mature drinkers, mature bourbon lovers.
Yes.
Because it's not super sweet bourbon, but it's got enough sweet notes that bring you in. I'm gonna look for a fruit note. I don't always think about that because I get so drawn into the other things going on with it that I don't think about that.
Restart it.
There's something happening there with a fruit note that I am not identifying at this moment. That's why I want to go back and try again. But it's got deep, rich flavor notes that you would think this was a 10 to 15 year old.
Oh yeah.
That is what it's coming through for me, is a very mature bourbon that has been 10 to 15 years old. And while it's not young, it drinks much more mature than it is.
I'm wondering if the fruit you're getting is actually tobacco, is sweet tobacco, because I'm not getting any fruit.
We know tobacco is not fruit.
No, I understand that. I didn't say that.
I know.
What it was alluding.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
I'm teasing.
Okay. I'm just wondering if that's it, because I don't get any fruit notes.
No, I was looking for a fruit note.
Oh, looking for.
Yeah, I was looking for one to see if there was anything, because I was so into the caramel cinnamon thing, and I was looking to see if I could find a fruit note. And I really wasn't, but I'm still getting dark chocolate.
Okay, I haven't gotten dark chocolate yet.
And maybe on the finish I'll get the other piece that you are, but right now on the palate, for me it's caramel, dark chocolate. It's like a luscious, and I have a container of these in my office that I treat myself to once or twice a week. I get them at Sam's. It's a container of caramels that have been dipped in dark chocolate with a little bit of sea salt on them, and that's the flavor profile I'm getting, which is fantastic. The mouthfeel is great, so I do love the viscosity on this. Anytime I'm getting like dark chocolate and caramel, I used to be a milk chocolate girl, but as I've become a bourbon person, my taste buds overall have shifted, that I like less sweet things now. I'm digging this. I haven't used digging in a while. I'm digging this profile. I love that dark chocolate caramel with sea salt. That's kind of what I'm getting. And it's got some other things happening too, but that's it. And I love the viscosity on it.
I'm also getting cinnamon. Like cinnamon is the middle, and it chases down the back. We haven't got to the finish yet, though. I shouldn't say that.
I'll take a sip for the finish.
Now we'll take an official sip for the finish.
And again, it's just got a great mature bourbon flavor that is complex. It takes you on a journey, which I enjoy in a bourbon, not just because that's the name of our channel, Your Bourbon Journey, but because that takes you on this journey from the nose to the palate to the finish.
It's definitely cinnamon on the back. That is the heat, if you get any. It has some barrel notes in the back.
For me, on the finish, I'm still getting some of those dark chocolate notes, which is kind of fun. And I'm also getting some tobacco, maybe a hint of leather. And again, that normally is a 10 and plus year bourbon that I get those notes on. I am getting it on this. So it has to be the mash bill and everything else that goes together that makes that happen for me. It is a mature finish.
Absolutely.
I like it. It is a long finish. It is pleasant. hints, I would say hints of black pepper. Hints. I don't think it's like black pepper, but it's like a little popping sprinkling of black pepper. But I agree with Wayne that it's more cinnamon for the spicy notes. But sprinkled in there is sprinkled black pepper. For me.
The thing I find fascinating, and you've really mentioned this, so I'm kind of going back over what you've said, is if you take the oldest bourbon in this, which is 6.5, and of course it's married with 5.5. So you kind of have to go according to rules with the youngest bourbon in the bottle. So if we do that it's 5.5, it's fascinating to me. And the only time that I get this type of flavor profile / age is on a 10+ year bourbon.
Yeah, it's just the 10 to 15 year stuff that, we really find these, especially the finish notes. And the fact that I'm getting tobacco and leather, hints of pepper, cinnamon, and the dark chocolate. See, that's my thing. It's like the fact that when I can get the dark chocolate from the palate to the finish, that's a really great note for me, because it's not just a one lane finish. I don't like just a one lane finish. I want everything to be complex from nose to palate to finish. And when I'm getting that many notes on a finish, I think it's pretty exciting. It's very exciting. It's a very exciting pour.
Yes, and once again, it tastes older than it is.
Absolutely.
By a lot. And that's a real tribute to Bill and the recipe that was given by the judge many years ago that he wrote down to E.H. Taylor, which is fascinating that if it wasn't for the letter.
And doing a genealogy search.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have this today.
We would not have this today. And there'd be a little part of our life that would be a little bit less.
Well, and I also want to say that, what a cool box this is.
Yes.
I mean, this is a great box. This comes in a box. This is $100. And this is an historic pour, literally, with a great box and a great liquid in the bottle. I mean, it's not just about the story. I'm all about the story. This one has a story and a great pour.
Yeah.
And it is such a good start to finish. I can't encourage you enough to go to McBrayerLegacySpirits.com and check them out. Wayne's name is McBrayer, but it's his cousin. We are not affiliated with McBrayer Legacy Spirits, except that we love them and they are cousins, but we support their brand. But we're not working for them in any way, shape, or form. We bought these bottles that we got. And so it's not like we were given these to do. So we bought these bottles. So this is I think, an unbiased report about what is actually in this bottle, and I'm excited about it. I again, the fact that it tastes 10 to 15 years old, and the other point is it's 106.8 proof. I think it drinks its proof almost identically. I mean, if you think about it, it is so much in that 105 to 110 range, which is a sweet spot for so many people. We drink a lot of high proof stuff. That's why we probably love their single barrels. I mean, McBrayer Legacy Spirits single barrel of Old McBrayer and Cedarbrook are fantastic, I'm just going to say. But this is a great, easy sipper that has maturity beyond its years. I like it a lot.
It's very, very good. And none of that is said because of the last name. It's not said because of the relationship. Honestly, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be reviewing it. I just wouldn't go on camera and talk about it. And I say that based on a little story that Bill told. And if you watch some of his interviews, he talks about being experienced with the old McBrayer from the 70s and how, was it his dad that gave it out as presents? Yeah. And he ended up getting some of the bottles back. There's like, well, we tried it, but it sucked. And so that's kind of one of the things also that led in the whole bourbon thing was and all that. But it's really a good pour. And I am fascinated because we tasted a lot. We've been to a lot of distilleries. And boy, I'll tell you, as far as a flavor profile and the age that it puts out, I can't go on enough. And I'll stop right there because it's just outstanding. It's worth your time, and it's worth going to McBrayerLegacySpirits.com and getting a bottle while they're still available.
because they do sell out every year. And I would just say that this is a great value for $100.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we did buy a backup bottle, so we probably will get another one. and also, if you're in the area, I think that Revival Vintage Spirits,
yeah, Brad
has
Bonds
them
some
on site because he, Bill lives in the area, and so he does partner with McBrayer and Revival, and so he does sell them on site. Or you can have them delivered to. There's only 7 states they do not deliver to, so that's pretty amazing. And we get it delivered to us because we couldn't make the trip to Revival right when it was coming out, and we wanted to be able to have a bottle right away. But I feel that we're probably we liked it. We will probably drink this bottle. We have a backup bottle, but we want to have another one too.
Yeah.
Because at some point in time, we want to make sure we have the entire set, which we do now. We have 1 through 5 now, which we're very excited about. And if you've watched us at all, I'm about collecting the chapters, so to speak, and the editions. And not because I'm a collection person, but because at some point in time, I want the ability to go back and taste 1 versus 12, 2 versus 17. I want to be able to do that. So that's one of the reasons we get, for things that we really, really like that are part of a series, we get not only a backup to drink, but a backup to save historically. So later in time, maybe it's 15, 20 years from now, assuming I'm still drinking then, I'll be old. But, I want to be able to go back in time and compare them and see how the evolution has been.
We'd like to thank you for your time. Bill and Bill Sr., you guys are great people, great relatives, great cousins, great friends. We really appreciate you and love you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for all you've done for bringing the family legacy back to life. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Always remember to drink responsibly, and if you can, drink McBrayer Legacy, because it is outstanding juice. Cheers.
Cheers.
I got nothing left.